Good afternoon. I'm Caitlin Matson, and this is the Green Room. Yaniv Segal leads the Salina Symphony, and they are preparing for their annual Christmas festival that is this weekend. Hello, Yaniv.
Hey, Caitlin. Yeah, great
Uh,
to be here. And actually, this is now our semi-annual because we're going to start a new tradition where we're rotating the Christmas festival one year, and then the next year we're going to do the Nutcracker. So we're going to go back and forth.
I was going to ask about that. I think that's wise.
Well, we
It
did Nutcracker last year, and we sold out two shows. And so it's obvious that people really wanted to hear it. And then the other half of the people were like, we really want the Christmas festival back. So we decided the best compromise is to rotate one every year.
that's great. And the Christmas festival actually involves the local dance academies. Anyway, so you're getting all the same players involved.
Yes, we're this performance is a very multi or interdisciplinary creation because we have dancers from the Iron Street Dance Company and the Center for Theater Arts dancers. We've got dancers from the Tamara House School of Dance. We have singers from Kansas Wesleyan. We have singers from our own Salina Symphony Chorale, as well as our youth chorus. So we have some young soloists as well from KW. So I think we're trying to involve as many people as we can. I think there's probably about 300 people that are going to be partaking.
Mercy. I'm just thinking of the rehearsals, all of
Yeah,
those
so
bodies. How many volunteers do you have helping out with, especially all the children?
yeah, well, there's a lot of shepherding, and which is appropriate for the season, right?
It is all
There's
those little lambs.
we decided to get some of those, airline traffic control things, and so instead of using a baton, maybe I'll just use one of those.
Whatever works. It's so exciting though. You get all those people together to make music during just what is a very joyful time. And if it
Yeah,
isn't a very joyful time, you attend a concert like this, your spirits will be lifted and you're going to leave feeling a little bit better about life.
I sure hope so. I mean, we're trying to do a balance of, chorales that people know or carols that people know, and some of the songs that they grew up singing. A few things in there that it might be a little bit more unusual, but it's all about the holiday spirit. And I think that regardless of what you celebrate, this time of year is about spending time with the family and connecting with people, and hopefully eating good food too.
What all's on the program?
So we have a couple of these kind of carol mashups, starting with a piece called Christmas Overture, which is by a composer by the name of Samuel Coleridge Taylor. And he's an interesting composer because he was British, lived in the late 1800s to the early 1900s, and he's slightly unusual because his father was African and his mother was British. So he was a Black composer who had a lot of success in classical composition before Black people were accepted in that world. So I'm happy to start with some of his music. We have some arrangements of Silent Night by the great choral composer Dan Forrest, and that's actually going to be led by Bill Tudzika, who is the director of the Salina Chorale. We have a Christmas prelude by another unknown composer whose name is Viteslava Kapralova, and she sadly died in 1940 at the tender age of 25, uh, from tuberculosis or some other bad thing that was going around.
Mhm.
So she left us a couple of piano concerto, some other symphonic music. And so I found a little prelude that she wrote to a Christmas song, to a Christmas show. And it's not anything that's going to be familiar to us, except for the holiday spirit that is innate in that music.
What
Uh,
makes it sound like a holiday?
it's bubbly. It's for very small orchestra, and it's just like a cheerful 2-minute prelude that's not even. It's really hard to explain what makes Christmas music if you don't use bells and carols, and it's kind of this uplifting, cheerful spirit, I think.
Mm.
So I'd be curious what other people think of it. I think it's a really cute piece. We have some Bach as well, because he wrote so much music that was spiritual and liturgical. We have music from the Polar Express, and then we have music by John Williams, like the what's it called, Once Upon a sorry, not Welcome Home, not Welcome Home. I'm getting this wrong. Somewhere in My Memory
Oh
from
yeah,
Home.
from Home Alone.
Yeah, yeah, and exactly. Like, I mean, talk about a great soundtrack that has become a holiday favorite, and it's of our generation, you know?
Yes, it has
So,
woven its way into the repertoire of holiday music. I mean, you can't escape it. You're gonna hear it 100 times every season.
and Home Alone, you can see a million times and it's still entertaining and fun. Uh, so I think that's, you know, kind of well-rounded, the old, the new, everything in between. There's a really cute piece called Welcome Home to Grandma's for Christmas, which is a very long title, but that's for kids chorus, and they're singing all about going home to grandma's and, you know, what that family experience is like. And it's very, very cute when they all sing that. So melting all the hearts of all the grandmas out there.
SalinaSymphony.org. That is their website to go to for advanced tickets. You can get tickets at the Stiefel box office, but given the sheer number of people on the stage involved in this weekend, I would imagine you're recommending people to make sure to get tickets in advance.
Yes, the tickets are selling very well. We're glad to hear that. And we're not quite sold out yet, but it's definitely getting there. So please reserve, especially if you know somebody who's singing or dancing, or you just want to have a night out or an afternoon out with your family. This is really the perfect opportunity to do that.
We'll be back and talk a bit more about the Salina Symphony's Christmas Festival with Yaniv Segal. There is plenty of holiday music on the program this weekend with the Salina Symphony and their annual. Well, now it's going to be every other year. What do we call that?
I don't know, because
Every other.
biannual can mean either twice a year or once every other year, can't it? So I don't know. We'll just we'll figure that out by next time. How's that?
Biannual, every other year, alternating the Christmas festival with the Salina Nutcracker.
Yeah.
This is a Christmas festival year. It is a huge production because every single music or dance academy within the area takes part. So it really is a community effort. And then you think about the volunteers and the parents and everybody helping behind the scenes because
Mhm.
it's so much more than just standing and making music. There are costumes for the dancers. There's all sorts going on. You know, you say you have about 300 people performing. If you had to give us an estimate of just how many people are involved at all, volunteering,
I
helping to
mean,
create lighting, all of it.
some of the complex things that we have to think about is the steeple being a fantastic space, but being built as a vaudeville space means it wasn't, we have to build an extension onto the stage just to fit everybody. And then backstage, you have dancers who are appearing in multiple numbers who have to quickly swap costumes to appear in the next one. So it's a logistical thing. And I think there's lots of parents and helpers, pointing out which way to go and getting those costume changes taken care of. So we have rehearsals where we have to figure out not just the music things and the timing things for the dancers, but also the logistics. There's also going to be lights and projections. So it's really an immersive experience.
Mhm.
And with a stage like this, I'm going to be with the orchestra for some of it, and actually some of the chorus and dancers will be behind me. So I need help from the choral conductors themselves, who will be standing out somewhere where the people behind me can look at them and they can watch me. So we're doing like a little bit of telephone going on. So whatever I'm conducting will be mirrored by somebody else so that the kids know when to sing, for example. So it's it's a fun feat of engineering to put it all together.
Yes, the Stiefel Theater is gorgeous, but it's not huge.
No, but that's also one of the wonderful things about it.
So
It
intimate.
is it is intimate, and all of the soloists who have passed through have just remarked on how they feel like they're right up close and personal with the
Mhm.
audience, and the audiences are so warm. I think it seats about 1,200, which is a great size, and it has a fairly large balcony. So the distance from the front of the stage to the back of the house isn't that far. So no matter where you sit, you feel like you're involved.
I was, pretty amazed at the last time I was at the Stiefel. I was in the balcony. It was for a Salina Symphony concert last season. I was so amazed about the intimacy I felt. I was in the balcony, yet I felt so close to the performers, and it sounded gorgeous. And the whole experience, well, it was just that. Going to the Stiefel is an experience in and of itself. And this time of year to attend something, I imagine people will walk away just saying what a magical night that was.
I sure hope so. We've got great music, and with such collaboration and community spirit, I think it's going to be palpable. So, yeah.
The Salina Symphony's Christmas Festival is Saturday and Sunday. Um, Saturday at 7 o'clock and Sunday at 4. People are encouraged to buy tickets in advance at
Yep.
salinasymphony.org.
And then come and drink some hot cider. We'll have the kids version, and we'll also have some spiked version for those who enjoy their warm cider while they're looking at winter scenes.
Oh, how lovely. So afterwards, there's a reception?
This is you can get it at the bar before the concert or during intermission.
There are snacks involved too.
Oh yeah, and gift baskets, and it's all as I said, it's an immersive experience from the
I
moment you
love
walk in.
it.
Be ready to be transported.
A full sensory experience, fully immersive.
Somebody suggested, and I might see if we can do this, suggested maybe baking some fresh pies and having a fan blow the smell out, so we really feel like we're home at grandma's for Christmas.
I love this. All right, the Salina Symphony Christmas Festival. It's this weekend. And thank you so much, Yaniv Segal, in his second season as music director of the symphony. We are so glad that you're here. If we don't say that enough, we'll keep saying it. We're so glad you found your way and found Salina. Welcome.
Really appreciate it, and to you and to all the listeners out there, I wish you and your loved ones all the best and happy holidays.